Hello, welcome to Tips from My Cottage. Today we're going to go out and do some recycling the old-fashioned way, and I'm not going to get into any great depth about what we're going to do. We found a tree that has fallen just on the edge of town and split in two, so half of it's died, and that was a hardwood tree, so it's got to make some good firewood. So we're going to go out and take a look at it and see how much wood we can get from it. Okay, what we have here is a tree. I'm not sure the variety. This tree is split in two. We'll go take a look down here. It's close to a creek, dry creek. As you can see, this tree fell over sometime earlier this summer, and this part of it's died. It's in the middle of a big cottonwood patch, but this tree will eventually either just be cleared away by highway crews or just left here from now on. So this would make some really good free firewood. Of course, I would advise anybody to have the necessary permissions to do this. And I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way and use both saws. And I've ordered a crosscut saw to do the bigger part of the trunk. And of course, as always, be safe. I'm not going to sit here and preach about it. I think most people have the common sense to know what's safe and what's not. So we're just going to see how much firewood we get. One thing I wanted to stop and make a note about, been going here probably 20 minutes or so, and you can probably see that what I'm doing is starting on the outermost edges of this tree and working back. And I've already got a pretty good pile there. Now I'm doing this the old-fashioned way with a bow saw. I wanted to look at this and kind of mention that most people that use these make it way harder on themselves than it needs to be, because there are tricks to that. And this one here, this limb saw, which is an excellent saw, both these are very old. And I wanted to try out this east wing that I've just recently bought. This is that 16-inch, I think it's a 44A, and I've been wanting to try one for a long time, and it is excellent. I really have to say it's one of the best hand axes I've used in years. And on the subject of recycling, I've been wanting a double bit axe for a long time, and I found this one at a antique shop. Got the head for $3. It didn't have a handle, so I've refurbished it and put a really good edge on it. Went and got a $10 handle, and for about $14 I got a $40 axe, which I'm going to be using here too. So there's all kinds of recycling tips out there, and when you cut these trees down, you want to start sorting the wood early. And if you'll go ahead and cut them to about the size you're going to need while you're cutting them, you can save yourself some work later. Anyway, we'll continue on here. Now, one thing I was going to show is these little suckers here that stick out. That's where that east wing really comes in handy. I want to get those out of the way. All they're good for is poking you when you're trying to get around. But it's really good for that purpose. I am going to say this about one tip on safety is whenever you come on to a tree like this, it's fell, and you're going to cut it up for firewood, be very, very aware of how it's supported. Now, I'll look through this lattice here. I can climb up and cut limbs off, but I don't want anything to fall out from under me, so be aware of how it's supported. And you can see right here is a branch that's broken that is kind of supporting it. So you want to be real aware of you don't want anything coming down on you because these things are immensely heavy and much heavier than they look. As you can tell, I'm starting at these outer edges. I'm going to just start cutting back. Like right there's a good spot. Right here would be a good spot. On this limb here, I'm going to cut here and then here. So if you work your way back, you can do this safely. And some of these limbs are ready to burn already. They're good and dry. And some of them are just going to have to season over the next year. But this is good usable firewood. It's not oak or pinyon, but it is a hardwood. I think it's hackberry, but I'm not totally sure of that. Anyway, by the time we get down to that trunk, we'll be getting some logs that we can get a fair amount of wood out of. And there's Papa John. Kind of interested to see what's going on. Okay, we got the wood, quite a bit of wood cut, and that's all I'm going to do for today. There's going to be several more sessions of that, but now is the time to clean up the tools. So what you want to do at this point is any axes and saws are going to probably have some gum buildup, some sap buildup. Just take some kerosene and just kind of go over them. And I found that these discarded scouring sponges, it's got Scotch-Brite on one side and a sponge on the other, works good. Just put some kerosene on it and just clean them real good. Also, this is the time to sharpen your tools too, because you don't want to just put them away and then the next time you need them, then is the time you have to sharpen them. So now's the time to do that, and we're going to go over these and put a good edge on them. Also do any tool repair you might need, like this wedge, for example. It's got some damage on that. We're going to fix that. We're going to sharpen that, so it'll be good to go again. And just take and just wash those the tree sap off those saws and your axes, and then that way they're good to go the very next time you need them. Just get them and go. And that's all for this time. So check out Jeff Moore in the Distance, A Friend Like You. That's a really cool song. It's been out for a long time, but it's really cute and very inspirational. Till next time, take care.